So, begin. Oh, hello everybody. My name is Klas Berlic. I'm obviously not that guy on the picture, and I'm also not that guy that was supposed to be here at the first place. That is Mehdi. He couldn't come because of the strike in France. The Air France is not flying, so he couldn't come. So they sent me instead. I had to prepare quickly, so please excuse me if not everything will be perfect or there will be some glitches. So today we will talk about SEBLOD, which is a CCK made to create web applications. I will sit down because later on I will have you some examples, so please excuse me if I'm not standing. I need to be here behind the computer to change the things. What is a CCK and what is a web application? CCK is a content construction kit, which is used to create types and forms with your own set of fields. Now this sounds a bit complicated, but it's like a bit like this. You have like Lego, if you know that from your childhood. You have fields, which are basic parts that constitute. On one side you have a form where people can enter their data, and on the other side you have a presentation. This is the content. So content type includes both forms and content. This is, for example, a form. This is also a form. And this is a combination. On the top you have a content, and the bottom is a form. It is a forum on the SEBLOD.com, which is completely made with this CCK. And what is perhaps interesting for some of you, if you are developers, that also a CCK itself is made by elements, basic fields. There are a kind of fields that are called development fields inside it. So you can make all interfaces, everything is made from these fields. And why is it a web application builder and not only a CCK? Because you can create complex applications with it, not only forms and presentations, but you have all sorts of relations between these fields. You can use external data sources, you can add rules, you can define ACL on some fields, or based on the workflow, you can show one field on the edit, one field on the when you add some. I will show an example of that. There are live values, conditional states, computation rules, custom scripts, and so on. If anybody is interested in details, tomorrow I have another session, and where I will show you an example how to build such an application. So we won't talk about details today. Today my purpose is to show you a basic overview of the SEBLOD. And another feature that is a bit unique to the SEBLOD is the ability to package and reuse your applications. That is something not many CCKs have. So you can build an application on one website, or perhaps on a development server, and then when it's ready and tested, move the application to the production side, just export it on the one side and import it, install it like a normal application in Joomla. And it brings everything with it. Fields, forms, lists, templates, everything goes to the package, and package can be transferred and installed. You can also sell those packages. We actually sell those packages as VIP subscription on SEBLOD.com, where you have VIP applications like comment system, places app, and a few others are already available. So if we speak of web application, what's the Joomla way to do an application? You take one extension for, I don't know, gallery, one extension for comments, one extension for content, mostly the basic one that is already in, And you put all this together, and then the problem starts. So interoperability is a problem because one application doesn't work with the other one. Then you have to bother one developer to implement something, so the other application will work. The scripts conflict. The maintenance is a problem, and then you have visual inconsistencies and other problems. Now that there is another way. It's a SEBLOD way. Just use single application and for all your required functions. This is something like, before we were talking with the friends, what about Windows and Apple and so on. And it's a kind of Apple ecosystem inside Windows ecosystem. If you compare Joomla to Windows, then you can install many things and they don't work well together. Then you have SEBLOD that everything is tested and working together, because we sell that at a single point and we make sure that every extension works well with other extensions. When I say extensions, these are really fields or applications. This is installable as just as a Joomla field, but it works inside the CCK. Building blocks for the CCK and the web application are fields, content types, search and list types, and templates. Fields are basic elements to build your content, and search list types. This can be form, content, relationship, HTML. I can show you an example. Just a moment. If we go here, add field. I will need to go outside of this because Joomla logged me out and then it put me out inside the modal window. So this is basic backend interface of the SEBLOD. It looks a little bit, it's too compact on this screen resolution because it's adapting to the screen size, but it's really not really made for the small screen, because this is for the edit, and you need to have more space for the edit. If I try again. So these are fields. You have all kinds of fields. You see, these are perhaps very interesting fields because you can group other fields in it. You can multiply. You can use this field X, and you have, for instance, image field. Then you put on it field X, and you can repeat this field, and it automatically then creates on the front end a small gallery. And there are all sorts of other fields, but that it would take too long to explain all of those. So everybody that's interested in the details, please come to the session tomorrow. There is about 80 fields altogether, and some of those are available as a core package. There are also another additional fields that are required for more advanced user cases on the marketplace. Some are free, some are commercial. Content types, that I spoke already about content types before, they define form and presentation. This is presentation that is the same as the content fields and their relations. Content types can be article, can be user, contact, forum, anything you want to build. So this is how it looks, how it should look. That's how it looks on a normal resolutions. Then you have search and list. That's why we say search and list, because this form and content, this is about one content. Then you have a lot of places when you want to present multiple items at one place. So you either have a search engine like Google, and you have search results then. And you can, but if you omit this search place thing, you get what? You get list and block. So you can combine, you can have those two things on one page, or you can just have a search engine and results on another page, or just list. It's the same thing basically. It's another side of the same thing, and it's very powerful. You see, this is a block list. This is also a list, but this is actually these are 4 lists. Every box has a different list for a different category. This is a forum on the SEBLOD.com. And when you add third element, this is templates. You can do to it. You can do a very interesting stuff like this. This is also a list. That's why I keep the templates to show you. This is also a list. These are items presented with the block, with the map template. And this is also a list. So you can do with the same thing, and just apply a different template, you can do many things. I can show you an example of it. I will show some examples at the end because we will have some time. So if anybody is interested in SEBLOD, go ahead, download it, play with it, and build a simple form. That's the best way to start, because at first it will look a bit intimidating because there are a lot of buttons, but for the start you just need to play with it so you get the feeling, and then it's good to go to the website and check our documentation and videos, and then when you get stuck, when you have problems, we have free forum, and we have 2 commercial offerings. That is VIP membership, that gives you access to VIP applications and private support forums. And another thing, this is professional support packages. This is really meant for enterprise when you're you have to build an application in, I don't know, few days, and you don't have the time to learn yourself, to go through videos, to go to search online. You just call or on Skype one of our experts, and he will help you, or she will help you to solve your problem in 1 hour, 2 hours, because SEBLOD can do really anything, but you need to know how to do it. So it's like somebody somewhere said it looks like a jumbo jet cockpit when you see it at first. But when you get the basic principles, it's really simple. I can show you a few examples. So what I prepared, this is, for instance, front-end form. This is how it looks in front-end. Just a few fields, nothing much. But this is all made with SEBLOD. This is a place form, and we check it, how it looks in the backend. So forms place. So here on the left side, you have basic views. This is admin form, site form, intro view, and content view. And on the right side, which is not really visible at the moment on this resolution, I'm sorry. you have a list of fields, but I don't know why they are not showing. So perhaps this. Yeah. Ah, now we have fields down there. Yeah. That always happens when you do the presentation. Something doesn't work. There should be a list of fields on the right side. On normal screen resolution, you will see us on the right side. Yeah. Here it is.
Oh yes.
Yeah, yeah.
It might be with control and minus.
Yeah, I don't know where the minus is.
It's strange.
It is here.
And plus for, oh yes.
Yeah. Now you can see some, but not not everything. Yeah. So this on the left side, you see the actual fields that are placed in the form, and on the right side you have all the available fields. But this is not how it looks. How it should look. Yeah, this is how it should look. Just so now you can see which fields are in the form on the left side, and if we could compare that to the, so for instance, meta description, or this is the content tab, title, snippet. These are buttons, see title, snippet. You have all kinds of fields, and you just basically pull them from the right side to the left side. This is for the on the right side. You have the already made fields, because you can make a field and put it there, because it has all kind of configurations. So, for instance, storage is one of those configurations. What I probably didn't mention is that SEBLOD works with the basic article of this Joomla. So it does not need any hacks or anything to work with, I don't know, if you want to use some module to display content, it just needs to run content plugins, and the SEBLOD content will not show normally as it would be showing in the Joomla content in the normal content. That's why it uses article, but you have also available user object, category object, and the last one we have is user node object. These are basic storages that you can use, and then it just actually stores a relation to the tables you use in the article, and so it knows which because you can store each field, for instance, in different table, but there is one table that connects them all. It's a bit too much, I think, for this presentation. It's for a developer thing, if anybody's interested. So, I think just a second. I was thinking to show you examples, but as this doesn't work as it should, it does not make sense to make it. As for instance, this is one example of the, but this one I can show in a normal way. This is an article, and below we have a list of comments, and below it's a form. So in a backend, not this one, in a backend, we go to the article. You basically have article fields, and then you have two fields that are called SEBLOD fields that one calls the form and the other form and the other list. So in the article you have actually two content types. One is content type, and you have article content type, and then you relate those two together, and the article will know which form to display and which comments belong to this content type. Of course, you need to put some relationship fields in it. That's why we have live values. Live value means that form automatically gets value of some form field. For instance, this is you place in the form you place a parent article, so that form will know when is it on which page it needs to display. So it's another relationship. So you can present multiple content types on one page with this relationship fields. I think I basically explained everything I wanted to say. So if anybody has questions, please ask them.
Is the first question, this tool is free for, or
yes.
we have to pay for?
No, the basic CCK is totally free. It has a lot of fields inside that you can use. It has the article. It has these basic content types that exist in Joomla are already made in CCK as applications. So it replaces article, user, category, and user groups are there by default. Of course, you can change those. We just made a replication with what is on Joomla inside a SEBLOD, but you can add fields, remove fields, I don't know, add a picture to article easily. So you can use those as a starting point to see how things are done. There are also some fields that are free, and some are for sale, commercial fields that they are on the marketplace, available on the marketplace, and templates and some tools. We have importer and exporter tool, so you can move articles from one website to the other website, or import data from other data sources. You just need to make proper CVS file, and you can import it in the system.
And what with connection with other system? I mean that forms for other, maybe for mailing. We can connect those two systems with each other?
I wouldn't know really for the AC mailing because I don't know how it is done. We could connect them, if nothing else, by using the same data tables. For instance, if some data is entered into database using AC, we can read the same tables inside. For instance, make a manager inside the SEBLOD, but data itself can be entered by AC mailing. I'm not familiar with the extension, so I don't know like details. Somebody else? For example, before I spoke with about different templates, this is also a template. This is called the Masonry template. This is all on the demo site of the SEBLOD. And for instance, if you change that, it jumps like this. It's really responsive table, grid kind of. So it does not need to be used for the flags. You can, for instance, put Joomla articles. Connection dropped. So this is the same template used to show Joomla articles. See? For instance, we have a cloud template. It looks like this. And inside the searches, this I forgot to mention. When you have the form, and you can also define search ordering and details like that. And also the search itself can pull some values. These are live values from, I don't know, from article ID. You can have an article, and then you put in a module. You can put, for instance, some list. Sounds abstract, but list is, for instance, related articles from this author. So you can just, basically you can do everything you do normally with different modules inside the SEBLOD, because it's really easy to do such lists, related articles, last articles, I don't know, the comment form, everything that's used a lot in the Joomla websites can be made with this CCK. One of the distinct capabilities is also rules and restrictions and computation rules. So for instance, you can make a form when you have some sums, and at the end it calculates the value of one field based on the other fields, or based on multiple other fields. You can also do all sorts of calculations. So you can do, I don't know, application for a shop, and it will calculate and some. Or you can show, for instance, when you pick up in the drop down, you pick up green color, then it shows a list of products from green color, when you can pick up a blue color, it shows something else. Or, for instance, you can apply restriction, so only administrator can edit some fields. When you submit something, you have predefined values. I don't know, the status of the newly submitted article is normally draft or something like that, and only administrator has a right to change that. SEBLOD also has a unique feature that adds to the Joomla multilingual capabilities. You can restrict fields by language. So you can show different fields in different languages. This is something that is used sometimes on the international websites for, I don't know, they show a lot of content in the basic language and just some small details or some outline in other language, or you can place different drop-downs for different, I don't know, you have these products available for this country, and you have another products available for another country, and you base that on the language. I'm just making up an example how to use it, but I know that people use it a lot. Another question, perhaps? So, thank you for joining me.